Hello and welcome. Today we are going to cover how to perform a top box conversion for the Landmark 7000. The required tools are as follows. You'll need a 7mm socket, a number 2 tip Phillips screwdriver, small flat tip screwdriver, and lastly, a ladder. Now, let's take a look at how to remove the existing wheel topper. To start, open the main door and power off the EGM. With the main door open, pull on the release lever for the top box as shown here to open it. Next, we will need to unlock the wheel ring. To do this, pull on the cable as shown here. Now we can grasp the wheel ring, turn it counterclockwise in order to remove it. Observe, once the wheel has been removed, you will notice a LED cable attached to it. Disconnect it and allow it to hang freely inside the cabinet. Now, we can remove the hub cap from the plex. I suggest using your fingers to lift it off, but if having some difficulties, use a small tip flat screwdriver for a little assistance. With the hub removed, you will see 4 Phillips screws that hold the wheel plex in place. Using your number 2 Phillips screwdriver, remove these and place to the side for later usage. We are now ready to remove the LED lighting board assembly. Using your 7mm nut driver, remove the nuts as you see being performed here. Once these nuts have been removed, you will notice again a LED cable connected to the light housing. Disconnect this cable and again allow it to hang freely. Again, set this assembly to the side for later usage. With the LED lighting board removed, we need to remove the light housing mounting bracket. There are 2 locations of screws and nuts we have to remove. Start with the 4 highlighted here. Using your 7mm nut driver, remove these 4 nuts and set to the side for later use. Next, we have 4 screws that are on the perimeter of the mounting bracket. Again, and as shown, using your Phillips screwdriver, remove the 4 screws. Place the nuts and screws to the side for later usage. Before removing the mounting bracket, there are 2 wires attached to a switch. Disconnect these wires. But before doing this, take a photo of the connections for later use. For the candle connection, as shown, disconnect this cable and then allow them to hang freely. Coming from the existing top box and going into the EGM, you will find a connection that controls the LED lights. Disconnect this cable and allow it to hang freely. In my photo, I am showing the cable is connected to the top LED control board. We are now ready to remove the facet. As shown, these are currently the 2 types we have. In order to remove the facet, as highlighted in the photo, locate the 9 Phillips screws and remove using your number 2 Phillips screwdriver. Set these aside for later use. Found in the conversion kit, you should have the topper assembly with a plex along with software and the new reel strips. To start the conversion, place the topper on top of the cabinet and route all cables through the opening at the base of the top box. Next, we can connect the candle as being demonstrated here. We are now ready to mount the new topper. Ensure when placing the topper in place, the alignment is correct. Once this is done, and using the 9 Phillips screws from earlier, secure the new topper in place. After securing the topper in place, we will install the light housing mounting bracket. Start by connecting the 2 wires that were disconnected from the switch. Refer to the photo to ensure we have the connections correct. Place the light housing correctly in the facet and then secure to top using the 4 7mm nuts we removed from the original top box. After that, we can insert the outer screws we removed earlier as well. Using a Phillips screwdriver, secure the outer perimeter of the light housing. This is what is being demonstrated here. We are now ready to install the LED light board. Before installing, connect the LED cable to the back of this board. Lay LED lighting board in housing. Note, for the LED light board, observe on the panel the opening shown here. This is how you will verify the proper installation. We can now secure the LED light board to the mounting housing. Using your 7mm nut driver and the 4 nuts removed earlier, secure light board to bracket. Next, we can install the plex. Note, and as pointed out in the photo, when placing a plex on the motor wheel, ensure to align up the notch on the plex with the notch found on the motor. Once the alignment is correct, we can now secure the plex to the motor. Using your number 2 Phillips screwdriver, secure using the 4 screws we removed earlier. Last few things to do are insert the hub, connect the cable to the wheel ring as shown, place ring in place and secure. With all this completed, on the inside of the top box, we can now connect the cable used for the LED control board located inside the cabinet. After the new top box has been installed, we can install the new reel strips. Based on all software being installed and reel strips replaced, we need to do a reel strip test to ensure that the reels are installed correctly. This completes the Monopoly top box conversion. Thank you for learning with us.